I was prepared for a much worse budget than what is being presented today. I was preparing my constituents, my school districts in particular, for a much worse budget, reminding them that we are going through the worst recession since perhaps the Great Depression. And so when I was checking in with my school districts this past week, their response was almost uniform. It could have been a lot worse. And so I appreciate our budget chair, and I appreciate the governor and the Senate for reaching this deal that staves off many of the most painful cuts that we could have been facing, given that we are going through perhaps the worst recession since the Great Depression. So I wanted to first highlight my appreciation for that, but going forward, and I think there are issues not only in this budget bill, but also in the K-12 budget trailer that I'll be addressing later. But there's the ongoing issue about whether all of our school districts are receiving the basic funding that they need to be prepared to continue to deal with this COVID-19 pandemic. I understand why the governor fought real hard to devote the overwhelming bulk of the Federal CARES Act dollars to the high poverty districts that are demonstrating the biggest learning losses in this age of COVID-19 and in this age of distance learning. But I asked the LAO for some breakdowns in terms of, what school districts are receiving on a per-pupil basis in the name of equity. And so, as an example, I represent Los Angeles Unified, a portion of Los Angeles Unified, as well as the Hermosa Beach Elementary School District, from the east end of my district to the west end on the coast, the other end of my district. Los Angeles Unified, on a per-pupil basis, is going to be receiving under this final budget deal $15,585 per student. Hermosa Beach School District is going to be receiving $9,283 in per-pupil spending, more than a $6,000 gap for each kid, whether you're in LA Unified or whether you're in Hermosa Beach Unified. Now again, I understand that Hermosa is more affluent than most of the LAUSD neighborhoods, but $6,000 gap, a $6,000 deficit, at some point I cannot support a budget that doesn't give the basic funding to all of our school districts to be able to operate in this COVID-19 reality. I was only reassured this morning from the LAO that under this deal, that all school districts, including Hermosa Beach Unified, will be getting more than they are receiving in this current school year. It's not much. It's about $300 more for Hermosa and about $3,000 more per student for LA Unified. Again, I understand that the greatest resources should go to the students with the greatest needs. But let's not keep in mind that we need to have the basic funding, the basic grant issue of the local control funding formula. We need to address the basic adequacy of funding for our school districts so that all of our school districts can continue to educate our kids. Thank you.